So we started the recording, and the reason for that is, welcome, Randall. We're just kind of getting started. Hey, a couple things that, well, quite a bit has happened, to be honest with you. I'm sure in y'all's world as well, but getting quite interesting. I watched both of Dave, his content tonight over on YouTube on X22. I'm very fond of David and his work, and I'm going to share the screen. Of course, I don't know how many of y'all. Now, that's another thing. I don't have a CMS, which is a customer management system as of yet, but I do have everyone's email. Now, if you'll notice, let me go to the rabbit hole myself. I know that y'all might not be able to see it, those that aren't on the computer, but let me just check the rabbit hole myself. Let's put a log out there. But I put both of Dave's material, both of his videos for today, I put them on the rabbit hole, which, again, blows me away that I'm able to do that, because I thought I took it down. But if you'll look here, no, it does not have that on there. I asked him to do that, is that there is a link. And see, I don't have the access to be able to modify this web page, but I will have a workaround for y'all tomorrow. I will create an additional website. I mentioned I was going to do that, and I'll just put up a basic little page just for y'all. I'll work on it, dial it up as I go. But just for y'all, I will, those that are listening and happen to catch this recording, most people are probably not going to go to the hoe because I said not to. It says it's going to be down, so, stick in my eye, but that's just the way it is. But if you can see the screen, the rabbit hole is up, and I can log in here, and you'll see that there's two. And another thing, on my news feed, I don't know about y'all's, but my news feed is blown up bigger than Dallas, and I believe that come from I know it came from the other programmer who did not have didn't have the knowing, or he had used a script as off-the-shelf script, and I was of the understanding he custom-made the platform for me. Whichever way, he blew it up on his end, and it shows it in my news feed. Now, when I go to my page, and I hope that y'all all know that you can create your own page, and on my own page, the little font is bigger. It's the same size as it's blown up on the news feed, but the little font on the left side is what we used to look like under events and things like that. That's the size we used to see, and all I wanted, period, is everything to be about the size of the content that you're now seeing on the rabbit hole now, which we will at some point. We'll continue on. I'll give you fair warning when we do take this down to fix it. It's where it has continuity, and the font is consistent on everything. Plus, we will probably be landing on the site that I was just describing to you, the new site that we'll have temporarily will be where you can get a link that you can click on from that site, and you can copy that link and bookmark it or whatever, so that will take you directly to the page that you can log into, and it will show the screen from whatever you log in from a device or your laptop or piece or computer. Hope that made a little sense. Something I did notice today, I want to send in a message to the news media, is that the female host or hostess of these shows look so terribly much different when they're doing their own makeup at home. They do. One of them, I couldn't even recognize her. It was, but they did the best they could. Let me bring up a couple other points, is that, the theme of this whole thing that we're doing here is so that we will have a place that people can go and they can exchange comments, questions, and concerns, ideas, research and things of that sort. And it's morphing into the point to where most likely the easiest way to do this, because the whole thing, I'm going into lecture mode, so be a little quieter for background noise. You can go ahead and everybody can start eating on those on those pork chops or whatever, and enjoy your dinner while I do this. But the power that I'm trying to do is transfer from the Federal Reserve banking system, which is going to be part of my discussion tonight. Trump's doing it. Don't get off track, Randy. So the thing that we're trying to do is reverse that process, and we're going to experience an unbelievable change of perspective on everything in the future if he's the man that is going to take down the Fed, and it sure appears that he is. So all that I'm doing here again is giving people the opportunity just to wake up and smell the roses. Just do what we say. Tell other people to do the same. Tell us what's going on in your world, and you will get rich. I'll say that because it's going to accomplish my mission, which is to get everyone to listen to the Constitution, watch a video about how the Federal Reserve System works, soon not to be working. All wars are bankers' wars, and then hopefully the light will go off. And you'll find that right there was worth many multiples more than it would cost you with your worthless paper fiat currency to subscribe for a month to this educational course. However, the subscription fee or cost is going to be immediately returned to you who wrote last month to give away to other members. Which means if you post something up there, they're all under the same mandate. They got to give it away to another member. We will have influencers like Rex Bear of the Leak Project, Jimmy Church, Clyde Lewis. They'll be what I call my legacy tip or donation source. I'll always do a monthly thing or weekly thing of a few tokens of my appreciation to the big influencers, and I'm going to encourage everyone to do the same. However, remember, everybody has to give away the subscription. That's going to be the deal. In order to hear my words of wisdom and other people's words of wisdom on these calls, you're going to have to pony up. Nothing is free in this world. Everyone pays, whether they realize it or not, with the most valuable commodity that there is, and that is they pay with their attention. All that I will be doing is showing you how you can play a big boy and girls game that's been played against you, except this time the value or the energy is pointed toward you. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. I ain't going to do that deal. Well, you're feeding their monkey right now, dog. If you spent $30 today, you just spent a month's worth over here, because every time you use one of those little digits on your credit card or you spend one of those precious little paper instruments with green ink on it that's called a U.S. dollar, that the only value it has is if you can resell the value of the ashes after you burn it.
I think that answer was one of the reasons I was getting pinged all day long.
So,
sometimes not the biggest Trump fans.
That's the reality of it. So, we're embarking on reversing the fractional banking system. I wrote a book on this in 2007. The gentleman's not on the phone here right now. That was my copyright editor that goes by ACE, Anonymous Copy Editor, out of Phoenix, Arizona. He proofread and did copyright. Whatever you do, dolling it up part, editing of a book I wrote called Reverse Fractional Banking, A Fair Exchange of Value. And that's all that we have to do, is that everything that, if there was no such thing as money, and someone come by and did something that was nice for you, it would be a good gesture to pick them a flower, hand it to them, no money, or offer them a cup of fresh water, something of value that would show your appreciation. That's all that we're doing. And in doing so, you entangle with that party that you exchange your energy with. You want to support them. Now, you can't act as a crutch and help them if their legs hurt all their life, but you could infuse them with a bit of your own energy that you stored, and you stored it in whatever instrument that you use, be it a pen or a dollar, pen meaning our internal little thing. And then you give that to them, and you've infused your essence. Now you're entangled. You're in the game. You have skin in the game. You're not just sitting there soaking up someone's valuable content that they spent their energy, synonymous with movement as well as money. They spent their energy and time and all of their attention on creating something just so you can watch and sit there and enjoy it and go, oh, I wonder if it's going to be just as good tomorrow. Well, the information you just saw could be life-changing, but most people's attention span is as long as the show, and their history that they can remember is about as long as their attention span. About the end of the day, you know, it's crazy. We have been conditioned that way. We are under a serious mojo, black magic little trick going on right now with this virus. It is real. People dying. I mean, how much more real do you want to get? But the agenda behind this, now everyone that knows or studies this has always, we've talked, the people from Eustace Mullins to G. Edward Griffin to, Senator McFarland, who got a bullet in his head, and all those people that were aware of what we really live under, the kind of distribution of our energy or our money amongst ourselves and others, in the form of our dollars, that people have no idea whatsoever the real deal that's going on. And all of it has to do right now is shifted and gone hybrid of an event that took place at Waterloo when Napoleon and Great Britain were fighting. So, but we won't go into that today, but it has to do with control of nation-states' currency, which the currency is actually the collection of the energy that's been expended by the citizens to create goods and services, and then they store that energy in currency. And they want to control the currency. So to me, what they're looking to do is control your energy, your actual essence of what you're worth, or what you do, your creative power, the sweat of your brow. They're not really wanting to control your money, because if they control your energy, they got your money already. They're going to give you what they want to give you. Crazy talk? Yeah, it might have sounded crazy about 5 years ago, but go out your front door if you hadn't been locked down yet, and it might start kind of coming to you. Because, as you said, we have a denominator. It's getting very real, and you need to wake up and smell the roses. So all that I've done is create a game. A game to counter their game. We have donned this game that you have to have a wrapper around it, your plan, your strategy, your matrix, your whatever. It has to have a name. You can't just go in attack mode. I don't guess it really needs a name, but if we really had a speakeasy going here, what's that? If we had real tight people, we don't even need a damn name. We just need to do it. And it's mathematical, and all it is an accounts receivable and payable, a distribution system. It's a damn program. They're under a program. They're running a 1x10 force matrix with unlimited breakaways. Every time a corporation is created, they create another entity that will try to devour the original source. They're carnivorous. Corporations are. Their only objective is how can they increase their bottom line next year for their shareholders. And when I say their shareholders, that's people out there bitching because the world's all mixed up, you know, and they're the ones that are feeding the damn monkey that's out there. Is one of the cancerous cells that it's crazy. You know, Dentyne does not make your teeth white. If you remember Dentyne's still around. You know, it's a conjure. It's a magic. It is. So all that we're doing is creating white magic that will counter the dark side and empower you based on your value. You can display your value to the community, and if the community sees the beautiful picture, an article that you wrote, a comment that you made that everyone was wondering about, and you happen to have one just out of the blue that you spit through your your dentures or whatever as you're sitting inside a double wide. You know, it doesn't make any difference. If you come across with what we're looking for, and there's, again, an example of 1 million people listening, they flip you a dime. Hello. Do the regular math, not Common Core, and you will see that 1 million times 10 cents, $100,000. This ain't no game. This is not a game. Because if we had 1 million people, this very conversation that we're having right here now would be put up on the rabbit hole and all over everywhere else, and all other members, they don't have to just hear it on this call. Anywhere that they see, they know wherever they see it, we're a member. If they like it, they tip it. And it can happen across the world. It can happen, you can write something, do something, create something. If it's a public place, 5 years from now someone sees it, the culture teaches to reciprocate with a small token of your appreciation. You just monetize your thoughts forever. Good God, people, wake up. Please wake up. Please wake up. I'm giving this to you. Everything that I'm talking about, I'm giving that to you. So right now, what will you do with a system that you can invite people into that's going to help save our country, because people are going to hear the Constitution, they're going to understand the rule of law, they're going to see how our system isn't screwing us, and they're all of a sudden they're going to start accepting, not waking up, they're wearing that out too, is that they're going to start accepting the fact that they kind of wondered, it's kind of weird, now they're accepting, others are accepting it too, and we're taking action. And the first action we're going to take is going to tell people to subscribe to this deal over here, and he's going to give it back to you. We're going to show you how to give it away. Every time someone does something that's a member that's good, flip them penny, nickel, dime, quarters. No skin off your nose. And if you invite someone in, we'll have a standard, whatever the subscription amount is, I'm going to give half of it to the first responders. The first responders. That's the people that do the gumshoe work. Or run a banner ads and talk to people about what we're doing, trying to save this country. We're trying to get people to listen to that Constitution. They've never listened to it before. Understand what the rule of law is. We got a lady, Miss Chrissy Ann. She's a constitutional lawyer. I'm going to get a hold of Chrissy Ann and have her, every time we want to have a complete conference with her, everybody have access to her, ask questions, and flip her a penny, nickel, dime, quarter. Good Lord. And help further her deals so she can get out there and work more herself. We're going to do Rex. We're going to support a lot of people. Whatever blows your dress up, support them, not me. You know, if I give value, please do. Please do. That's going to be a stream that will continue my mission on. I've got several modules that we're going to build here. So, this is being recorded, and I'm very, very pleased that things are rolling right along here. Now, I'm sure that you understand that there's been many people question the intent and the sincerity of the Center for Disease Control, the CDC. I'm sure that many of you may or may not know that the smaller gentleman, the professor, whatever his name is fairly well hooked up at the hip with the UN head of the WHO, World Health Organization, who is a genocidist from hell. Straight up. Genocide is killing people, bottom line thumbnail. And it's an unbelievable thing. Now, Yellowhead, he will to keep the enemy not pouncing too quick. He's trying to control the pounce. He will commune with the other side, as he has many times as people come and go. That's to keep the enemy thinking that everything's cool, everything's moving right along for them. And all of a sudden they're gone. Put someone else in, and then the other side's got to go, uh-oh, whoa, where'd our boy go? Or where'd our girl go? Oh, Guinevere, whatever her name is, that was the Ukraine ambassador, she's still going to be able to, her last visit to the halls of Senate are not over with yet. She's got a couple of little things she's got to share with us. And I found that out from a post that was put up, I believe, by I forgot his first name, it's Spears' last name, over on the Hoe. And Amazing Molly or something like that, some lady, blonde-headed girl, real good source. We need to get her and start supporting her, get her in here, you know, under our umbrella. Once they're a member, an influencer, if you can find them, again, the most valuable thing to me is that subscription. Half of it goes to those that are on the front lines, the first responders. And so the one that finds that influencer is going to be able to bring in many people. But the one that found the influencer is also going to get a small smidget for those efforts there. So it's kind of a bonus, if you will. And I hate going over these things, but I need to, because no one's going to do a damn thing unless you can show them money nowadays, eh? So that's what we're doing. And if someone does this work, does it well, I can tell you right now, you can if you ever want commas in your annual collection of energy, you can get over to where you've got 7 digits in there. I can show you the pathway. If I happen to have that much interest people have in what I have to say and what have you, there is a ceiling that I'll take. And then from that point on, I will continue doing what I'm doing. It might go way beyond that ceiling, which I call cascade. Is the rest of that I'm going to push back down to below me, so that there will not be a unfair exchange of value. Because nowadays, the CEOs and things like that, they take 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 5,000 times the average highest-paid executive in their company. That's not a fair exchange of value. They're too far away from the teller at the bank, who actually is on the front line. There's too big a discrepancy, and that's what causes rift amongst the people. You know, the haves and have-not thing going on. So it's hidden socialism we're talking about. It's totally elective, but you know, if you do have a cascade point that you have, and then it might go 3 times that high, and you're pushing 3 times, you know, twice as much as you earn down to the or received in gifts down to the work, you know, the workers, people that are actually doing the energy to create that stuff. You can have dinner with anybody. You can have dinner with anybody. Everybody love you. He's cascading. Oh my God, thank you, thank you. And yeah, and then they start another vertical and they go at it again. They head toward cascade. And they hope all of them keep going to heaven, you know, I mean, beyond your cascade point, because that would be your giving back in massive ways. What a beautiful thing. What a beautiful thing. And it's the only reason that what I'm expounding here does not happen is that we don't do it. I'm giving it to you. What are you going to do with it? I'll teach it all. I'll teach everybody how to do the rest of the stuff I'm going to create, and I'll do it for you. What are you going to do with it? You can get rich with it and save the country. What are you going to do tomorrow? What would you do if you knew you could save the country? Would you do what I'm doing? I hope so. This is no joke. This is no game. This is real. There's very few here, but it only takes a handful. Matter of fact, all it takes is a virus. Isn't that something? Isn't that something? You know, Trump today did something else amazing, then I'll get off this thing and we won't drag it out that long. Trump nationalized the Federal Reserve. Did y'all hear that? He nationalized the Federal Reserve, and he's going to merge it with this private company called Black something, not Blackwater, with Blackwell or something like that. They're going to do the trading. And what's going to happen is the Fed is going to give this brokerage house the cheese, and that's the cheese that they normally would be splitting up themselves, and he's cutting them off at the knees, and there's nothing they can do because it's inside the scope. This has never happened. This was damn sure not on their playbook. And so he's nationalized the damn Federal Reserve, and that's a good way of describing it. He's going to merge that with the Treasury Department, which means we've got control of our currency. It's just a matter of time. Listen to me, people. What I'm talking to you about is very simple. We'll learn a lot. We'll be teachers and students at the same time. Subscribe to all you got to do is subscribe to listen to whatever we have. We'll do. Have fun doing this, and then post things on the rabbit hole. And we all have to give away the subscription money to somebody. It's got to be another member. Look. You have 1,000 people, subscription's $30. Y'all got $30,000 that y'all got to do something with before the sun sets on the last day of the month. And so y'all gonna be slinging it around. The one that comes up with the best line, you know. And I don't want everybody in there just swapping lies. To see, we'll vet everything. We'll have a reputation deal, to where whoever posts, they'll start building a reputation and a damn following. And next thing you know, they got 10,000 people giving them a legacy donation every month that sustains them. Slap me and say, thank you, Randy. That's what you need to do. That's what you absolutely need to do. So I pose this to you again in closing. I've laid at your feet. If you think what I'm saying is real, and you've seen what I'm doing here now, you've seen the functionality of what we're doing, all you got to do is turn it on. It's yours. I'm giving it to you. You're not going to do it for me? I'll do all the teaching. And when you start, if you call in and start talking, I'll listen and I'll be the student. It'll be fun. We'll get little pods. We'll get people that I'll show them how to do these conference calls like this. It's free. You know, you can do an hour, I think, free or something like that with 1,000 people on it. Get your own little deal over there, and then you can bridge yours into this one. That means we've got 2,000 capacity. I'll teach someone else how to do it. We build 1,000 a pop. I'll help you advertise, you know, places. I'll build banners for you. I'm just going to give it all to you. What are you? The one that can hear me now. Yeah, you. What are you going to do with this? You got to answer the questions you wanted. You know, people look all their life to what's it going to be that puts me in that peaceful place, that place I don't have anything else to worry about, financially, emotionally, and I'm working on spiritually. I'm giving it to you. If you're willing to tell someone to come over and listen to this guy, and listen to the Constitution, understand the rule of law, and watch a couple of movies. If they listen to me long enough, we'll have another mind, because there won't be any way that they'll be able to answer successfully my closing statement that I'm going to make here to you now as well. Once a person who has been honestly mistaken all of their life, no fault of their own, learns the truth, the real truth, they either cease to be mistaken or they cease to be honest. And tonight I ask you, what say you? That's the kind of confidence that has to develop. That's all I've got for this evening. What I will do is come out of Q&A. If anybody has a little comment before we go, you feel free to do so. Lines are what? It should say unmuted. Unmuted. If anyone has a comment, question, concern, wants to giggle, tell me how big a fish they caught today, whatever you want to do, your floor is yours.
Hey, Randy, this is Randall.
Hey.
Hey, man, it's Rock, dude. You really you hit it on the head tonight, man. It's really good.
Well, appreciate it, man. Did you pick it up?
I absolutely picked it up. And I'm going to run with it.
Well, then, let me tell you something. That just responding to that statement gives me hope, because that was a perception question.
Yep.
Most people would say, pick up what? God, you said it right.
That's right. And if we ain't got hope, we ain't got anything at all, man.
Well, here's where I'm trying to take you guys, is that who knows what tomorrow holds. I'm trying to educate you right now and get this platform up, get as many people on the inside that knows everything about it, how to operate, because this is the weapon that will work. Now, there's a secondary module coming on that will apply to people, and this is a fact, where we can have our members exposed to a process where they could purchase over $1,400 worth of long-term survival food for about $32.
Sure.
Yeah. My Patriot Supply.
Absolutely. That's awesome.
But it's magic. It's magic, and I will show y'all as that develops. And I was off the phone today with the new programmers about that one. And I'll throw something out real quickly, and it's a couple months away, but we have to have numbers to do any of this. And this is something else I'm building to give to you, Randall.
Okay.
Is that you see GoFundMe everywhere and all that. Well, we're going to have, when we get about 100,000 people or up toward 1 million, if someone has an idea that's off the wall that no one conventional funding source would even look at them, they can bring it to Go Support Me. That's us. And then they tell us what they got, they show us what they got, and we can hit them with a penny, nickel, dime, quarter, and we just funded them in seconds. In seconds. If they want $50,000 or $100,000, we could fund them in a matter of seconds. So I'm in to win, and I need help. So, Randall, I appreciate you, brother. And
hey, no problem. Appreciate you, Randy. Absolutely.
All right, everybody else, bring someone to the call tomorrow. Go out, smile at a stranger, everybody, and remember, above all, everything in life is a choice. And make good choices and have a great life. Okay, y'all. This is going to wrap for the call. I enjoyed it. Hope you did. And I will see you on tomorrow's call. See y'all. Bye.